Good morning and happy Friday. Let's put together a watch list for the market today. There are quite a few setups that do look decent. And as always, the first thing I do before I come into any given session is look into the market. What are the markets doing, the indices, and then go from there. So when we come into /NQ here yesterday, all of a sudden we get a gap up, we sell the open, and now we're gapping up over this structure. And this is such a strong buy or a buy setup for a long setup. It is a gap over red. So we're going to be gapping up over this structure, and there's a lot of room higher here on the NQ. So what essentially happens is, yes, we are in this downtrend, but now we're going to be gapping over structure, and really we don't have anything until 21,888.50. So hold of 21,507.82 and the open in trend has like 300 points to the upside of potential. So we have potential to get a 2-3% move here today if this can hold the open. So like yesterday, what you don't want to see is where we gap up and we just sell the open. That's not what you want to see for a long setup. When you gap over this red bar right here on the daily that holds the open, holds 21,507.82, all of a sudden we can get a nice daily bar that looks like this up into 21,850. So keeping that on watch, if we do get a sell the open down into 21,428.50 or 75s, watching a bounce there, 421.75, sorry, watching a bounce, but ideally this holds this pre-market strength over 21,507.82 is the main watch today. And when you go into the Russell, which is going to be the small cap index, this thing is really rallying right into this 2304.50 key region right here. But you look over this prior pivot, which is nothing more than a double top here on the hourly, we have clear skies above to fill this big move here. So if we can get over 2304.50 that holds, which we tested in the pre-market session, then I think we make this move up into that 2375.10 area above, which offers us roughly 70 points, which is massive out of the Russell. So if we can make that move today, watching this with that coordination of NQ holding that 21,507.82 region. For individual plays, there are a few that look good. Apple's the first one. Well, yes, that news yesterday just slammed this thing from the open. What you see oftentimes after a really big daily bar like this is an inside bar of consolidation to basically digest what happened the prior day. So if we can get this hold of 230.82 and get some sort of reaction, either back through open or a quick move off for a higher low, that is my watch. I don't think we come and take out these highs right here. That would be an unrealistic expectation. To make a move from 230 almost to 240, a 5% move, 4.5% move, I don't think that happens, but we could rally in an inside bar up into 235, and if you can find an entry off of 230.82, call it 231, well, that's $4 a movement, so 2% move here, which offers good opportunity for this to rally on that inside bar. Now, you could very valid make the claim that this isn't a downtrend or you're fighting the trend. Yes, that's very valid. But if we can get over that region and trigger just an inside bar, we have roughly 2% that we could capture. Now, it could come out and take these highs. I highly doubt it. But if we're trying to digest this move and just trigger an inside bar, I think we can get a nice rally here right off of the open. The next one in one of the better looking setups here, honestly, is going to be this Amazon. So we get this move, this weakness yesterday, which is nothing more than it following the QQQ index. And now all of a sudden we are going to be gapping up over structure on the daily with a gap over red, which is a great long. But the best part is we don't have any structure up until 228.41, which was this prior lower high off of this region right here. So from 224 to 228.40, a $4.50 move on Amazon, that presents a lot of opportunities. So keeping that on watch, if we get the back throw open at 223.95 or a higher low, so an open above, and start getting some sort of trend strength with the market, then I am really looking at longs up into this 228.41 area here today. Very, very nice setup and structure here on this. And if you go into, and we could even go here, go into that weekly, it's nothing more than failing that sell setup, which it's not really a sell setup in an uptrend, but failing to break below this prior bar's low, that can rally. And what if we trigger something that looks just like this? Well, that changes the picture into next week then with this breakout that can trigger us higher. So watching Amazon longs, 223.95 is the line in the sand. Nvidia, it's similar to Apple. Not Apple's a lot bigger of a downside move, but in terms of the fact that we could get a rally within a bigger move, an inside bar move. And if we look at yesterday's range, this, let's go from here all the way up to here. So roughly a 4% move with an inside bar, or even this one has a better chance of being an outside bar than Apple does. We could see a daily structure that looks something like this. So if we can hold 135.57, watching long up into 140.70, I doubt I'll be able to hold it that long just because it's an inside bar potential. Not like Amazon that's moving over its prior bar. This is going to be inside of its previous day range, where Amazon looks like it's going to be outside. So 135.57 key here. You can see we rejected in the pre-market session. You can see where we struggled here yesterday at this particular region too. So an open above, back through open, higher lows, up into potential up into 140.70 on this one here today. Microsoft, this one's always tough because sometimes the premiums move terribly on it. But this is nothing more than a failed weekly that comes into the daily 3-bar play. We are coming into earnings season here as well, something to note. But over 427.35 triggers this 3-bar play up into 432.65. And above that, not much until 439.56. So keeping an eye, 427.35. We are also into, if you look at this from that hourly perspective, this is really just flagging on the hourly, trying to break out of this channel. And then if we can get strength, 432.65, and then up into that 439.56 area above. And then the last one, Meta, this one looks really good. What this is basically doing is we're gapping up over that structure, which was, we tried to push lower. This is a variation of a 3-bar play here on the daily. Now we're going to be gapping up over the previous day's structure. So if you look at the structure from yesterday, a gap over red, nice pre-market strength here. If we open above 620.47, back through open or higher lows, 627.77 first target, and even potential up into this 635.16 area and getting close into those 52-week highs on this. So that is going to be the watch, 620.47 the key. If we come down and get a quick aggressive buy off of 614.66, then watching that one as well. I hope this video helps you guys. I hope you all crush it today. As always, I enjoy you guys. I appreciate you guys watching this, and trade safe. Thank you.